Hey, it's Randytbird out here in Arizona on a Sunday morning, January 5th, 2025. Can you believe it? Yet another year. Yeah, just out for a ride today. Took a ride down to New River, Arizona, and met some friends. And came up from the valley, so I came from the north, they came from the south, and now we're headed back our respective directions. And I had a good time. Had some lunch with some good brothers, friends. Everybody rode up on the bikes, and it was great. So I'm headed north, back to home, up the mountain. Just coming up out of New River. There's a little bar in New River called the Roadrunner. It's been there forever. I've been going there since the 1970s. It's bigger now, changed a little bit, but still a cool place to go. A lot more town is built out this way, but we're still out in the desert. So, gonna go up in elevation another couple thousand feet before I get home. Just a beautiful day out here. It's probably in the low 60s. It's a gorgeous day for a ride. The high, thin winter wispy clouds that are up there. Just an awesome time. Feels good to get out. The weather's supposed to change. It's supposed to get real cold up where I live next week. So today and tomorrow, fortunately I have those days off so I can get out for a ride. Enjoy it. It was nice seeing somebody to talk to today. I haven't been able to get down to the valley all that much lately, but they brought the valley to me. Thank you, brothers. Out on the Heritage, had to put a new battery in her. She was giving me all kinds of weird codes and everything because I could not keep the battery charged. The battery is, she's 2.5 years old now, so she needed a new battery. It's been through too many heat and cold cycles, so gave up the ghost. That's weird. I've had to put batteries in 3 different motorcycles in the last 4 months and one car. So the change of weather is hard on batteries up here. So one of my dyno was 3.5 years old, so it was time for it. But it's nice to be able to push the button and not set off any trouble codes. So there she is. Yeah, I'd forgotten just how much. I hadn't really forgotten. I knew all along, but this is just a great bike to ride, especially out on the highway. Windshield gives you some wind protection, and you know the bike is just comfortable. Got the big wheels, the 16-inch wheels, and the big tires. It doesn't follow the lines of the road. Anybody that's got one knows. Not as heavy as the full baggers. Just a great bike to ride. Look at those mountains today. It is so awesome. We've had no snow yet this year, but we may get some here in the next couple weeks, I guess. So anyway, headed north on I-17. Just an awesome view of Mount Union up there at the top, and then mountains. Just gorgeous here in the Arizona foothill Sonoran Desert. Just coming up here to Black Canyon City, and about 6 miles we cross on Table Mesa Road. Was the area that I've some of my older videos when I was riding a quad out there, and that's pretty cool. Actually ran into a wild burro out there. Didn't run into him, I ran across him. That was kind of cool. He looked at me, I looked at him, and we went our separate ways. You can see the dirt roads back in there, and they take you back into those hills and down toward Agua Fria River Basin. Beautiful. Yeah, they'd be packed with off-road vehicles here in the winter. Everybody goes out to the desert. Construction on the north side here is getting close to complete. As you can see, they got the additional lane getting ready to open. All the bridges are done. So they moved most of the barricades, so hopefully that'll be completely open here before long. Makes the drive and the ride up here a lot better than it was. They started this a couple of years ago. Traffic on 17, especially on holiday weekends. And Friday nights headed north, Sundays headed south. Out of the high country, it keeps you very, very busy. It's almost like rush hour traffic coming down this morning. I tried to record some video this morning, but the battery died. I guess I read it wrong, didn't have enough battery, so new battery, and here we go. Hope you're all doing well and you had a great New Year's and a safe New Year's, and if the weather is good enough, you could get out for a ride. I actually went shooting with the boy and my wife on New Year's Day. Hadn't done that in a while, and had some fun. That was his first time, and firing real firearms, not Nerf guns and things like that. So we had to go out and teach him the correct and safe way to do that. So he got to learn on the same 22 rifle that I learned on back about his age. My dad took me out. That rifle was his as a boy, so we still have it in the family. A little Springfield Model 83 22 single shot, and it's good for that. And got to take out my Henry rifle, which I had never been out with, and that was fun. Great rifle. Just went out and spent a couple 3 hours, and literally 10 minutes from my house is open country, so we went out there and just had a great time doing that. Beautiful country. You see, where I live is up at the top of that mountain that's ahead of us, not the one to the left, but straight ahead. You go up the hill and into Cordes Lakes. Coming up now to Rock Springs and Black Canyon City. Just more of a wide spot in the road. Black Canyon City is an old authentic stage stop from the 1800s, and the original buildings are still there, and there is a spring there, and that was where they watered the teams and whatever before they made it up the steep hill up and all the way to Prescott, Arizona, up the old what they called the Senator Highway before the interstate was even here. This used to be State Route 89 before they built the interstate in the 50s. See up there ahead, you can see the grade. It's about a 6% or 8% grade up the hill. About 8 or 9 miles to the twisties, and then you're up in the flats again. Up at above 3,000 feet elevation. Cools off quite a bit up there. And getting closer to the big mountain there. When I'm recording up by where I live, you see the other side of that mountain. So there's a town up there called Crown King. It's up a dirt road, kind of a cool place. Hoping to get up there here this winter before it gets warm again down here in this part of the desert. Not very long ago, when I first moved up to the mountains here, this was all heavy construction through here. It was really a pain in the butt to get up here, but now it's almost done. They got brand new guardrail there. 20 minutes to State Route 69. That's where I get off. Black Canyon City. Got to look at the first 25s on the website. The 25 Harley Davidsons, so-called carryover models. There's nothing really much new on those except for some new colors and some paint schemes. There's a flame option that's pretty cool on the road glides. That's pretty cool. And there's a matte purple, which you would think would be hideous, but actually looks amazingly good. It should be a popular color for this year. And another 2 weeks, all the models will be released, and so we'll get to see what they've done with Softails and some of the other things. Basically right now that came out was road glides, trikes, and street glides, which the road glides and street glides went through a major overhaul last year, so they're not changing for this year. But there's some other models that are coming out. We'll see what they are. The Ultras and Limiteds, and if they release those, and then all the Softails. curious to see what changes they're going to make there. It's possible, don't know this for a fact because they haven't told us, but you might see 117s in more models. The Sportster, Nightster series, I don't know, they don't sell well where we're at. You know, there's a lot of older folks there that are into baggers and trikes. We don't sell a lot of those. So we'll see what they do with them. You know, got to see one of those motors apart. Unfortunately for the gentleman that owned it, he had a failure. The inside of that RevMax motor is like nothing you've ever seen. It's a very, very complicated motor with the variable valve times, the overhead cams. I mean, it's definitely different. I've never seen anything like it in a Harley Davidson anyway. But they had it broken all the way down to the lower end, and the guy's getting the bike fixed under warranty, so he's okay. But you know, sometimes you have failures. You know, I haven't heard of a lot of them failing, but this one did. So we're taking care of it. Anyway, starting to head up the hill now, and this will be curves and mountain grades here for 7 or 8 miles, and then we'll be at the plateau up there. I don't like this split pavement here back and forth. It kind of gives the wheels a little shimmy when you get over it. A lot of dirt roads out there and trails out in the distance makes you wonder where they go. They seem to follow the power lines, so that's probably what they used when they put those in. So